Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into something really quite special. Run Like a Girl 365 days a year. A practical, personal, inspirational guide for women athletes.
Hmm.
And this really isn't your typical, how-to sports manual. It's more like a collection of daily thoughts, personal stories, and some pretty profound insights from the author Mina Samuels.
Yeah.
It feels almost like a daily chat with a wise, witty friend who's also an athlete, showing us how that physical journey connects so deeply to our mental and even our spiritual growth.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how the book uses these daily entries to go way beyond just, the mechanics of running or training.
Right.
It explores how physical strength fortifies us in other parts of our lives, how we find balance, how sports can actually nourish our bigger purpose,
Purpose, yeah.
and even how they empower us to sort of change how we show up in the world. It frames sports like a mirror, maybe, or a microscope, a place to test our determination, try out new ways of being.
So our mission today, really, is to pull out those powerful nuggets, those aha moments that might help you, our listener, see your own life, your challenges, your potential through a fresh lens,
Yeah.
all inspired by the wisdom in these pages.
Mhm.
It's about discovering what it really means to run like a girl. And I mean that not as a weakness, definitely not, but as a source of, immense power.
Absolutely.
The title itself, it's quite a statement, isn't it? It really
Yeah.
challenges perceptions.
It does.
And the book got praise from some incredible women. Catherine Switzer, founder of 261 Fearless. She called it 365 Antidotes to Change Your Life.
Wow.
And Christy Pierce-Rampone, former U.S. women's soccer captain, said it motivates, inspires, and celebrates female athletes. Other reviews called it a fitness roadmap and an essential accomplice for, tending to body and soul.
And building on that, her previous book, Run Like a Girl, How Strong Women Make Happy Lives, that one really focused on the transformative impact of sports.
All right.
This new one digs even deeper, especially into this idea of continuous renewal and the thought that, well, sports are powerful, sure, but they're merely one small piece of our lives. They serve something bigger.
And right near the start, January 2nd, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
she introduces two key words, grit and grace.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, that's the space where we can really run like a girl. So what does that combo, grit and grace, what does that mean for our everyday lives? On the track, off the track.
Well, that hits on a really crucial question, doesn't it? How do we actually hold both, that perseverance, that grit, but also accept our vulnerabilities, our grace?
Yeah.
The book also talks about practicing. Like, if you want to be more intense or maybe more relaxed or focused or patient, you practice that.
Okay.
It's about the continuous effort. And she has this beautiful way of describing seeing potential even in, what does she call it? A slog of a run through waist-deep muck.
Yeah, I remember that.
She called it potentialism, like a waking dream before you see the whole picture. It's about embracing the promise in it all.
That's a great way to put it. Now, one part that really struck me was about that persistent, nagging, judgmental voice in our heads.
Oh.
The one that throws out comments about being fat or ugly or aging or just convinces you you're not good enough. I think, gosh, we've all heard that one, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She calls it the music box ballerina, which is such a vivid image for that internal critic.
It really is.
And she shares her own story, saying it took 9 years to stop hearing that voice telling her she wasn't a real athlete.
Wow.
She realized, wait, I'm an adult onset athlete. She found this whole new part of herself at 28. And that story, it just encourages you, doesn't it? To surprise yourself, try something new just for fun, like her biathlon clinic idea, challenge those old ideas about yourself.
And she offers this fascinating kind of antidote, too. The spirit rock.
Mm-hmm. The spirit rock.
She describes her giant boulder out in the Sierras, pressing her forehead against it, feeling this, spiral of energy. And she suggests, even if it's just a voice inside us, we can sort of endow something physical. A rock, a tree, shoes, a teacup, a painting.
Mm-hmm.
With the power to be our positive voice.
Yeah.
It's a really tangible way to, externalize self-compassion.
Exactly. And if you zoom out, it's really about externalizing your better self, especially when the BFC, her term, the body flanking critic, is shouting.
Right, the BFC, it sticks with you.
It does. And she talks about how body talk is often just projecting our own stuff, our insecurities. and how hard it is to quiet it down. She admits she once lasted only 4 paltry hours trying to commit to no more body talk.
Only 4 hours. That feels relatable.
Totally. So the key isn't perfection, she says. It's noticing, just noticing how often it pops up, and then like consciously plugging your ears.
That internal work then connects to our external choices, doesn't it? Like her story about windows opening.
Oh, yeah, that was powerful.
Leaving that high-powered law job where she felt suffocated, literally, by windows that didn't open. And that led her to running, finding freedom, eventually running that whole loop of Central Park. And she really stresses not taking the ordinary for granted, recognizing running is fundamental, practically like sleeping and eating and breathing, she says.
Wow. Fundamental.
Yeah. And the deep dive also really brings out the importance of play, just play in our adult lives.
Yes, which we often forget.
Totally. She mentions an exhibit about reclaiming our ability to play as grown-ups, and she asks us point blank, where do I play?
Good question for all of us.
Right. She suggests we need play dates with our sports, not just training dates, and sometimes just letting ourselves be aimless. Her slacklining story is a perfect example of that.
That idea of being aimless, it links to purpose, maybe counterintuitively. Like, why is play important when we're thinking about purpose?
How so?
Well, she explores how our lives have meaning, and athletics can be preparation and practice for that greater work. But then she flips it and says, squander your existence.
Squander. Bad. But she means it in a good way, like live abundantly, do workouts just for fun, squander kindness on strangers. It's about this mindful, joyful extravagance, not hoarding your energy or time.
Ah, okay. Squander joyfully. I like that. And speaking of purpose, she goes into purpose words.
Yeah, the Vision Quest story.
Exactly. In the New Mexico desert, her word came, belonging. But she also says trying to hold on to the certainty of purpose is like holding wind. It's slippery. And this book, she says, came from wanting to share reflections on how we all belong and how sports can ground us in that feeling.
And that connects directly to the bigger picture, to interconnectedness. She brings in the Buddhist idea that we are not separate individuals.
And even Richard Feynman's line about being a universe of atoms, an atom in the universe. It's this powerful reminder that our workouts aren't just for us. They nourish us so we can, plant our energy in the world through everything we do, how we treat people, how we care for the planet.
That's a really profound way to look at your daily run or workout. And she talks about finding the middle way, too.
Yes, the Buddhist saying, after enlightenment, the dishes, also our run.
Yeah, keeping it real.
Exactly. It's about moving alongside suffering, alongside challenges, not ignoring them, but integrating them. She describes it as this dance, like sometimes pulling away from the difficulty, sometimes running right alongside it to catch it off guard, finding balance by leaning in, standing straight, leaning away. It's dynamic.
That dynamic approach feels so relevant.
Yeah.
Which leads to the question, well, how do we deal with setbacks? Because they happen, right?
Absolutely. The book shows a champion's resilience through Diana Nayed. Her incredible swims, but also her courage talking about past abuse way before #MeToo.
Yeah, that took immense strength.
Yeah, it really did. And it also touches on non-attachment, acknowledging how hard it is to, as she puts it, gently uncurl my grasping fingers from joy, or maybe not feel sad thinking you might not run again someday.
Non-attachment. That's tough.
It is. It's not about not caring. It's about holding things lightly, allowing for flow, for acceptance, not clinging so hard.
And that ties into accepting uncertainty, which she talks about quite a bit.
Citing neuroscientist Lisa Barrett, who says our brains crave certainty to lower stress, but...
certainty is a mirage.
Exactly. It's often an illusion. And meditation, according to Zoran Josipovic, who she mentions, teaches us to accept uncertainty, which he likens to finding flow in sports, that state where you're just in it.
Right. And sometimes acceptance means making that hard call to just quit and just do it.
Yeah, quit something or do something.
Right. She shares her own experience quitting aerial arts when it wasn't right, even though she'd put time in fighting that fallacy of sunk costs.
Ah, yes, the sunk cost fallacy. We stick with things just because we started them.
Exactly. And Kimberly's story, quitting a high-paying job for Project Rwanda.
Yeah.
Her secret, I quit.
Yeah.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Powerful. And that leads right into embracing a growth mindset. Seeing failure not as, the end, but as a chance to learn, understanding that Really, the person's true potential is unknown and unknowable. We can always grow.
That potential theme keeps coming back. Now, the book also really confronts some tough societal pressures, especially around body image.
It goes there.
Her sweat confession, for instance, sharing her long struggle with shame about sweating, hiding it for years.
Yeah, until a doctor reframed it as her body being hyper efficient.
Right, and that liberated her. And she found others shared these intimate fears. It's that connection again.
And that leads to the bigger question. How do we navigate the, quote, beauty ideal propagated in our society, which the book argues is actively ruining girls?
Ruining girls. Strong words.
They are. She cites a study showing increased sexualization leads to body dissatisfaction, eating disorders, depression, even lower cognitive skills. Girls doing math in swimsuits scored lower than in sweaters.
Wow, that's disturbing.
It is. But the author's point isn't to ditch the bikinis, it's that we can and should do both, be brilliant and wear what we want. We need to radically rethink beauty.
Radically rethink beauty. Okay, and this plays out in everyday choices too, like her decision to run topless.
Yeah, that was a really raw moment in the book.
During a tough time with her dad, she shed that self-consciousness, felt the air, felt alive, described it as being suspended inside a teardrop. It sounds almost transcendent.
It does. It speaks to shedding those layers of expectation. And what might our own version of that be? Maybe not literally running topless, but what inhibition could we shed?
That's a great question for everyone listening. What layer could you shed? And it contrasts maybe with her other, more subtle personal foible, wearing matching underwear and bra.
Yes, the matching set.
Which sounds maybe trivial, but she realized it's her secret superpower, a way to say thank you to my body.
And she found lots of women do it, coordinate their workout gear. She argues it helps you feel good, maybe inspires others, gives you a little edge. It's about being Osgoth.
Osgoth.
Yeah, embracing your unique style, even if it's unconventional, like an outback goth. Owning who you are, quirks and all.
I like that. Osgoth.
Yeah.
It all circles back then to claiming our identity, right?
Absolutely.
She encourages us, say, I am an athlete. Don't just define yourself by relationships, wife, mother, daughter. Claim that athlete identity.
And she points to Esther Ledeca winning Olympic gold without mascara and questions why society still expects women to look perfect even after some incredible athletic feat. Those double standards.
They're persistent, aren't they? So moving towards the bigger purpose again, she argues our workouts aren't just physical.
Right. She says we nurture our physical, emotional, and spiritual health so that we can live our best life and fulfill our purpose.
And thinking that way can bring incredible lightness to your workouts. Changes it from a chore to something else.
Opportunity. And that prompts the question, what is our goal of everything? Big question.
Huge.
For her, it's simple but profound. To be happy and to bring more happiness into the world.
And she introduces those 4 sublime states from Buddhism.
Loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. And she clarifies equanimity. It's not about being flat or emotionless. It's about not stressing the downside so much and not wrecking the upside by grabbing at it too hard. Finding that calm center.
Not wrecking the upside by grabbing too hard. That's insightful, and it connects to focusing on the process versus instrumental goals.
Yes, in exercise, in meditation, loving the run itself, she argues, is way more effective than just fixating on speed or weight loss. The joy is in the doing.
The joy is in the journey. And the book shows this in action, right? With real people.
Absolutely. Like Paloma, 7th grader, organizing a 5K for girls and women. Realizing it was about more than raising money, it was about helping women through things. And Becky, the rugby pioneer, still fighting for women in sports, showing that champions resilience, proving once an activist, always an activist, real-world examples.
Which brings us back really to our unknowable potential, that idea that we can all grow, develop, find new ways of being hidden inside ourselves through hard work and just getting out there.
Beautifully summed up by her grandnan telling her, you are like blueberries, so full of possibility.
I love that, like blueberries.
Yeah.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now? This deep dive into Run Like a Girl 365. It's clearly not just about sports, is it?
No, not at all. It's a deep exploration of how we embody grit and grace in, well, everything we do.
It's about listening to that inner voice, the good one, hopefully, finding purpose, playing more, challenging those messages the world throws at us about who we should be.
And it raises that key question, are we really present in what we do? Or just going through the motions? The author challenges us. How can we elevate the barrage of mindfulness blandishments into true, heightened self-awareness and real effective action to make the world a better place?
Wow. Mindfulness, blandishments. She doesn't pull punches.
No, it's a call to reclaim our vitality every day, choosing good thoughts, speak good words, and take good actions. Simple, but powerful.
So what stands out most to you from our conversation today? Maybe it's that idea our bodies are for doing amazing things, not just looking a certain way, or that joyful suffering can lead to real elation.
hmm Or maybe simply, I can, therefore I am, action-defining being.
Yeah. And as we finish, maybe hold on to Lucy Bartholomew's words about running being the most powerful and raw form of self-care and self-love.
Raw self-love.
Yeah. So maybe consider, what does raw self-love look like in your life? And how could you invite just a little bit more of it into your everyday? Something to think about.